everybody. I'm Dan Lutz, and welcome to the Frontlines. In the battle against the deep state, the cabal, the Illuminonkeys, and all those that wish to enslave all of humanity for their own selfish reasons. And I'd like to first start off by saying thank you for those people who did send some donations yesterday. I got 2 donations in, one for $50 and one for $35. Thank you very much. That takes me to the point where today will be a groceries day. It was well needed. More than that, there was someone else that contacted me in Telegram and said that they tried to use the link to send me a donation, but they weren't able to. And that's because there was a change in the PayPal links, and I had to go through and change all the links on my videos. I went back like a month or so. But since yesterday's, I had a brownout here, no power. I had to go off of my cell phone and connect my, wireless service. The details for the video were not, updated, and so the link there was bad. So I did go ahead and update that link, so it should be working now as well. But of course, this video has the correct information in it down below. So anything you can do is much appreciated. And thank you for everyone who's contributed also in the past. It's an interesting time. The world, the world has turned upside down on many fronts. This particular episode of the Frontlines, I wanted to focus a little bit on a couple of things I thought were pretty interesting. It's a combination of different stories. The dew lasers coming from space, causing fires to create a situation of climate change, as well as Space Force. And the reason to get into space and compete out there is because, the Department of Defense has admitted that, the Chinese and Russians both have directed energy weapons in space and are using them. And the question is, what about our direct energy weapons? And what about other direct energy weapons, maybe not from China or Russia? Maybe Dr. Evil is up there, contemplating his coup against Trump by creating fires. So this is some of the storylines, but then let's add in Project Bluebeam. What is Project Bluebeam? It is a plan going back to the 1950s that said that the way that they would be able to bring the world together was to fight an alien invasion on a worldwide scale. So everybody comes together to fight the bad aliens, because the aliens obviously want to come here and conquer us. So, we come together under this one banner of Earth, right? And that's the idea. And how are they going to actually use Project Bluebeam to create an alien invasion when there's no aliens invading us? Was to create an alien invasion. Now, this would be a combination of our own ships, which, anti-gravity type ships that have been produced for a long time. The triangular ones have been now revealed, actually, as of last year. We've got some pictures of even the interiors of these are, official from the inside of these planes and what they look like. Planes is not the right word. Ships. So these, so we can see that that they have the ability to show ships, but what else? Well, they're going to use lasers and holograms in the skies to create something that looked like we were having an alien invasion. So, sorry, I got my cat obviously is having a problem. You know what? They're so quiet all the time until I go online. When I start broadcasting, they decide to get loud. It's pretty funny. So, so the situation that we're looking at now is um, with the uh, the buildup of this Antifa movement, the insurrection, the color revolution. That is all of this is all coming to a head around the election. Why not throw in the alien invasion? I mean, what else would cause more confusion in the election than the alien invasion? I mean, it's like all assets deployed. 17 NES has told us this, right? Number 17th letter of the alphabet, and then any, us, anonymous. So 17 NES. Has been talking about this for a while as one of the themes. So we're looking at uh, all assets deployed, having the um, mail-in ballot issue kind of being handled. Um, there's lawsuits in place by the Trump administration to counter it. There's other things that are underway in the media that kind of, everyone's kind of seeing Trump's point that, hey, there's some big problems with these mail-in ballots, and why are they pushing it all of a sudden? Like, why in the election year do they bring this up? Get 6 months before the election, I said, oh, let's change how we do things. We're just going to dump 80 million ballots on everybody and see how many we can count. And that's 80 million that they're talking about. There might be another 80 million coming in containers from China. And of course, we'll have about 500 million people voting in the election, with only 350 million people in the population. Something like that. These kind of crazy. Oh, it'll be okay as long as it's Biden is the winner. Hush, hush, don't talk about anything else. Just Biden won. So what else can they do is an alien invasion. So let's see, what can we look at to say that may be on the agenda? Well, let's look at a couple of things. So let me line up one thing over here, and also for the people that are in the chat room, we've got 13 viewers so far. I would also like to say I'm still having an influx of subscribers. I don't know why. If it's you guys that are doing, going out there and sharing the videos, but it's really gone. Another 50 people have joined. I've broke the 14.1 thousand, so almost 14.2 thousand, and I'm very thankful for that, and very interested to see it occurring. So it must be from the sharing of the video. So please share this video, share the other videos, take a few of them, ask others to share it and pass it on, so that we can grow the channel, and we'll just keep plugging away at this. So I got Louie in the room. Say hey, Louie, how are you? How much did Reagan spend on Star Wars? Not enough. To talk about the Star Wars program, a lot of people would think that defense spending, they have a bad attitude about defense spending. But this was meant to break the Soviet Union, to break communism in the Soviet Union. And it worked. It completely, ran them into the ground. They had no money to keep up with the system that can create money at will. So this is one of the strangeness of our particular system. When everyone complains about, hey, we can't afford this, we can't raise taxes, we can't do. For number one, we don't need taxes, not needed whatsoever. If you can create the money, there's no need to collect taxes unless you have to pay for the interest on the money. And even at a certain point, we wouldn't even be able to pay for the interest on the money, which if you remember you have to work until April, to pay off everything in taxes, and so you have to move, so you have to pay all that interest for that many months. But really, it was much more. The unfunded mandates and the rest of it. It's a fiction, right? It's a story, and part of this economic system that we've been trained to act as though if we raise taxes, we can then spend that money on other more like universal health care, or building bridges to nowhere, or foreign aid to GMOs, or sorry, uh, uh, NGOs. So that foreign this money system could create as not much money as needed, really. No need to collect tax, right? Because they're creating the money. There does need to be a mechanism that regulates how much they can print, but there's no need to collect money ever. It can be out there in the economy, and it can just keep growing and growing and growing. You can't talk about inflation because that's a completely different system. And would there be a price adjustment in the beginning when you change to a system like that? Of course there would be, but anyway, let's not get too far off track. Anyway, thanks for the question, but well, spending a lot of money on defense is one of the problems that we have, is because they're spending it on making war. One problem with defense is the creation of war so that you can create more bombs, so that you can drop them and kill people for the sake of making war is the problem. Have defense spending. You have the best of everything, but never use it is the best way to go. There should be no reason why we can't afford the best education, the best healthcare, the best everything in a system that's designed to create that. And we want to create the system in which, those people that are in, let's say, the medical field, if they're paid for all the well people that they have, and they make less when people are sick, that they would make sure everybody was well. If they were paid the longer people lived in a healthy way, they got more and more. The longer people lived, the healthier they were. They got more and more rich. Everyone would live forever. They'd figure it out. We just have to create a system that makes that happen. Think outside the box. Okay, let's swoop back around here. Let me bring up a Twitter account. I want to just show you something. Okay, this is on Bodie Crane, and it's pretty short, but it's just interesting. It says in response, SpaceX has lowered the Starlink satellite orbits to 550 kilometers or 340 miles or below, and launched prototype satellites with anti-reflective coating and experimental sunshade. Okay, so what is that? So, and keep in mind that SpaceX can launch a lot of rockets. They set up a delivery system to pump up satellites and recover the rockets, and they just come back down and land. Ever see these things reverse themselves and kind of land? It's almost like they just took the video and spun it backwards, right? So they can put satellites up there. So what is it that they're doing? They've lowered the Starlink. This is the internet system that Elon Musk has developed. It's to deliver 5G around the world, available to Canada and America like now. Like maybe it's next month or the following month or the following month. By the end of this year, deliver Wi-Fi across the board. Don't know how much it'll be. Some figures floated out there is $80 a month. And by the end of the year, worldwide. So what they did was they took the satellites that were out here and they lowered all their orbits. They compressed their orbits. So what does that do? Well, the satellite's beaming down, right? And it goes down in kind of like a big circle, like a spotlight, right? And that the tighter that is, or the closer it is to the ground, the less distance it can cover. But the stronger the signal, the faster it is. So does that have anything to play in what we're talking about? I don't think so. But what they actually deployed after that was new satellites with a reflective and sunshade option. So it's reflective and sunshade. So why would they need the sunshade? Why would they need to reflect? Could this be a defense? Could this actually be part of a defense system? If you had something that would reflect, you could literally fire a laser from the ground, hit the satellite, and have it bounce back down someplace. It's a possibility. Or if you had a satellite in orbit, right, up there with it, and then fired at it and have it bounce and aim to where you want it to go. So what if the frequency and the setup of the laser was more about reflecting a holographic image? What if it was, somehow a part of a Project Bluebeam, or possibly a counter to Project Bluebeam? I don't know for certain. This is I'm just theorizing. I'm just trying to see, maybe there might be something there. But I think if they want to cause confusion about an election cycle, and their things are falling apart, like the mail-in ballot stuff, they're not going to get any traction. And I tried to line up something with Trump. He was speaking about the vaccines, that they're ready. They made an announcement, right? They're ready with their deployment system. So their deployment is what? How are they going to deploy these vaccines? So, and there's some confusion about the date, right? Because one of the people in the Trump administration said, "Oh, it's not going to be till third quarter of next year," and all this kind of stuff. And then Trump has changed, called him and said, I don't think he got it he kind of misspoke or something. But that's not what's happening. It's more about this, like, October. It's like next month. But more interesting enough is, how are they going to deploy it? How are they going to deploy the vaccine against the invisible enemy? The military. The military is ready to go to deploy the vaccine. What else has the military been used for in the past to ensure the election? So, would it be interesting if people came to vote and were offered a vaccine? Not forced. Trump's made that clear. He said no one will be forced. But what if they did it as part of the way to get the military to the polling places? Hey, we're just ensuring the election, and we've got rioters everywhere. We have the ability for us to now bring out a vaccine. People need to go to the polls, so why not get the vaccine at the polls if you want it? And by the way, we'll also have some malaria medicine there hanging out if you prefer that instead of the vaccine. This seems to be a counter move. Troops deployed for the election. That means no one can be intimidated, right? Because these guys with Black Lives Matter signs are not going to be coming up and challenging the military. It's completely legitimate. all right, deploying a vaccine for the health and safety of the people. And it's all under the cover of helping everyone, and might as well do it at the polling places. That way, no problem, right? You're protecting the people by way of the vaccine and malaria medicine, and also the election security. So I think that may be what's happening. So since that is the plan, and though that's their side, the deep state is not so bright about things because they've been going on with these same plans all the time. They've been countered at every move, been boxed into a corner. So obvious they're losing their narrative. They've lost a narrative. They can't do anything to convince anyone about anything anymore. What do? What do they have left? What can they do? They can have an alien invasion, or at least a simulated alien invasion. Oh, we can't have an election. There's aliens coming down. Listen, it's a real program. They have developed the ability to do it. Listen, hey, they can beam thoughts into your head, words into your ears. All of this stuff has been shown. They can put holograms in the skies. They've tested this. We heard about the Phoenix Lights at one point, where there looked like a big flying saucer hanging over the city. Later, some people said that was actually a test of the system to prove that they can show people, hey, look, there's a spaceship up there. So let's dive in again. Let's see what's going on here. So we're going to actually, actually that same place there is another thing I want to show you. A little bit lower down here. I can find it. Hello. Oh, I guess I jumped into the thread. Let me back out one. And this was just a short little video of the Defense Department admitting that there are these lasers, and what's going on with the Russians and the Chinese. Hello. Here it is.
Peaceful arena into a warfighting domain. Meanwhile, in space, Moscow and Beijing have turned a once peaceful arena into a warfighting domain. They have weaponized space through killer satellites, directed energy weapons, and more in an effort to exploit our systems and chip away at our military advantage. Meanwhile,
okay, so that's what they're talking about there. This is asking what happened, how this explosion happened again. Oh, we remember that we saw some other video that actually showed that there was a missile that was launched in there. You could see it in the energy. If you look at the infrared spectrum, you can see that it's definitely a streak of a cylinder heading right down, and then kaboom. So, all right, let's move over here. So this is Absolute 1776. This is his thread on time for an alien invasion. Now, I actually have this loaded into the thread reader because it's a little bit easier. Okay, so time for an alien invasion. Joke is at its end. It looks like these crazy bees are actually going to do this, and maybe we want to pay attention to and be vigilant. Disney is a distraction. Sky is falling weak. DoD admits dues exist. So there's a couple of so this I think is from one of the 17 NES. Yeah, these are talking about some things here. So everything, say Disney is a distraction, and they're pointing at this. They're looking at time. So D Sky is falling, push to public, scare to control, projection, public awakening. And we're talking about this is a 17 NES post talking about the time. So what time is it here? Is it 10 after 2? Is that what we're talking about there? Or is it 11? So, or to prepare for the sky falling week. So this is what he's trying to compare. So let's go back. And also talking about this Disney cartoon. Family is there for you when the sky is falling. So let's go on. So this VK post from 227 combined with drop 4720 and his current banner are curious. All show 1010. VK changed his banner a mere hours before the drop, by the way. So here is showing 10:10 a.m. So here's 10:10 in this post. Okay, I don't know why the switch here. I guess they're pointing to a switch. Why are they pointing to that? They superimposed it over top of here to point to something. What are they pointing to? Let's see. More 1010 coincidences here. Space 4 founded on December 20th, 20, which is equal 1010. This model set is kind of inconsequential, but I found that the 1010 UFO association would be a little nod from the universe. Okay, so take a look at the drop 1010. All right, so 77 spacecraft. So there's basically, this is talking about how many spacecraft they have, and there's a lot of 1010s in it, I guess what he's pointing out. So Bush 1010 UFO flying saucer with FIGS HO scale model kit. Okay, well there's some stretches going on here, and then again some more information. Now this odd looking look here is some sort of camouflage that they're using. I think it makes it really difficult to read, but we'll dig in and see. So people are simply in the way. Mass exit events designed to decrease threat level of population. Election rigging. Vaccines, not all. And then enough is enough. So that's what they're pointing out here. It's good camouflage, I must say. All right, the original Space Command was founded in 1977, which is the same exact year as Close Encounters of the Third Kind was released. Oddly enough, kind of under the radar, Disney now owns the rights to this Alien franchise. And it's showing these pictures. This is like where the landing took place. I don't really get this one. It's showing like what's underneath here. It's like this was a big tree, I guess. I'm showing roots. It's like a huge, giant tree. Must have been miles high. Now it's officially Disney owns the Alien, and soon Disney will own you. All right. So this next one is now think of this. How fast was POTUS to get the Space Force up and running? How often have we been launching up new rockets by way of SpaceX? X means 10, of course, 10. I just point out the ones and zeros. Those ain't satellites. Dragon, you say? Illumination, you say? As it in something like dark to light. Dragon symbolism, wisdom, metaphysical knowledge, majestic, supernatural, protection, elemental magic, grounded energy, luminous, indomitable spirit and strength, insight, divine illumination, invisibility. How about 5x5? What if 5x5 literally is simply Occam's razor here? Space, 5 letters. Force, 5 letters, 5x5. Or Ever heard of Kelly Hopkins encounter? It happened in 1955, 1010. It happened in California. He really likes the 1010s. He wants to line those all up. For those unaware, Chicken Little is about an alien invasion. It was now released on November 4th of 2005, or 11/4. After running his reputation with his own town, the courageous chicken must come to the rescue to his fellow citizens when the aliens start an invasion. So what is interesting here, November 4 is mentioned, or 11/4 is mentioned, and drop 34, or 7, which ties right into all of these 7s again. And again, Chicken Little was released 11/4/05. Just another 7. Okay. Let's just scroll down here. So we have dues acknowledged, UFOs being acknowledged, Disney post containing Chicken Little. Chicken Little released 11/4, which is the day after the election, right? Cause of chaos, right? Chicken Little is about an alien invasion. The 10x10 comms and syncs. The rush to get Space Force up and running. The bigger than you can imagine was in this post, the 17 NES post. Fireworks, and there's another post. Why is space so critical to national security? It's simple, because they intend to use space to complete their insurrection against America. Do you see what I'm laying out here? So let's blow this one up and see what it says. It's coming back in a big way. Space is critical to our national security. Was terminated for a specific reason. Godspeed, Patriot. So it's saying that it's coming back in a big way. So it's critical to our national security. So, okay, well, it might not mean an alien invasion, but I can see why he's going there. So lockdowns are in effect to keep us home because they could spring this anytime now. Space Force was instituted quickly for a variety of serious reasons. Disclosing dues was part of the show. You have more than you know. Nothing can stop what is coming. Fireworks. Enjoy the show. Bigger than you can imagine. Body hell. I'm certain where we'll see arrest, but all of that is a show and the smokescreen. Space Force built up. Trump referencing a brilliant flash of light. Then COVID began. All fires equal smoke and haze. Basically, a big movie screen, right? Well, that's it. All the smoke becomes a movie screen in the sky, right? They need something to project. So, Watch California was also something that we were told to do. Okay, let's continue. I don't say there's no fearmonger, but I really think they're going to do it. I think. Vincent, so that's Vincent Kennedy, nailed it. And some people are saying that this is actually JFK Jr., this Vincent Kennedy. Best guess, dues used to start fires to lay down a haze to prep, due to be used for projectors to simulate alien invasion. Sky is falling weak. IMO, these sick bees are going to pull the trigger on a fake alien invasion, and the clues have been there right there the entire time. Stock up, stay frosty, and attach your armor. Understand the cabal being deployed has been in place for thousands of years. Their darkness and systemic operation of light and truth is nearing its end, and they will do anything to keep the power up to and including fake and alien invasion. Remember, Watch California has also been said, and I believe California is ground zero for this invasion. Well, that's where the smoke is, right? Yeah, and Hollywood's there too, so they can do all the coordination of the pre-production and post-production for this show. Yeah, no Hollywood and all. But see, POTUS always knows, always, and this is where Space Force comes in. 17 said at some point the narrative will flip and POTUS will have an overwhelming support. How will this happen? Arrest? Justice? Probably not. But I'd say Space Force utterly kicking an alien invasion and saving America would accomplish that. So, an interesting point. So his point is that instead of getting the arrest and everything right now because of all the confusion and everything else, that this space invasion is, would end up, I guess, supporting Trump as he was the one that would defeat them. Interesting way to look at it. Okay. But also, there is no way that could happen or be spun. So what's this? I got half of it.
Oh, boys! I'm back!
I guess seeing that happen over Los Angeles could
did it! The son of a bitch did it!
That could cause some people to be cheering. All right, so next here, number 20. Don't underestimate that conquered opponent will do, and just remember God wins, and we will win and protect in case that goes down. Recite once a day. Take my word on that. Love and light, patriots, the whole armor of God. Okay, and I'll say I refuse to myself there. I meant to. He confused something. He's talking about there were 77 ships and vessels. All right, so there we go. All right, so let me close that down so I can free up some memory here. So this is some just some of the stuff from the DEW lasers. I'm just going to have this play in the background as we're going. So we're talking about these fires and how they were being very selective on cases, and how does a fire like that happen, right? Oh wow, what is that? I think that those are some simulations. But there are some other videos that are kind of showing that. This woman right here is talking about admitting that they were doing some laser tests against drones, and they shot down 5 drones. Oh, and this was in California. So they were saying, maybe they also caused some fires. Maybe they missed and started some fires. So that's just some of that. So let's move on for a moment here. And of course, there's this video. We were looking at this, and it is hard to see, but there is these lines that are showing up, but they're very thin because of the video is there, but they are showing up as lasers, as energy. Heat. They're showing up as heat in the infrared spectrum when they're actually recording them to happen. So we know that this is also going on. Let me just closing down some of these things. All right, close down this one. All right, now we'll get over to the Q alerts for a moment here. This is actually where we left off, and now we're gonna go ahead and catch up on these Q posts, and then we'll bring it back around to the alien invasion. Fit that all together here. Okay, so this is where we left off, is the one just down below here. Holding lines, riders, justice is coming. So holding the line, hold the line. So we're ready, right? We're right there. 17 NES has told us we're ready to go. All right. So now the next one, 4715. That's on the 16th. So there's some Instagrams pointing out this guy, right, has been identified as one of the guys that's actually starting the fires. So that's something that is, we can see that there's actually arsonists, right, and they're actually participating in this way, right, and he's been identified as the one that's been as one of the people that was causing these fires. All right. Now here's his chat, right? And so Banks is saying, and they are open. And next, someone is replying, why are they all trying to burn down the courthouse? I bet you we're out looting too. And he says, because I'm F the feds. And then the reply, good rating. It's up to you, your gang. I should practice doing two voices. But my throat is a little rusty here. So then Banks is now saying, but no, I wish I was. He replies, and that's why they were effing all you up. Good job. And then Banks is replying again, I love you, Lewis, and rocks Rolex. Weird how they aren't though. The feds already got ran out of town once. Poor guys. I reply, you're going to love being dead too when you keep effing them and show your writing isn't a joke. No, it's not a joke. We don't think it's a joke. So yeah, this guy is bad news. Next one, 4717. It's like another post here. So call for direct action after news today. Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay dangerous. So what is this? Abolish ICE. Another pic. Let's zoom in on this. Oh. Bee water spread fire. So I think what this is referring to is the people that are bringing water to the firemen are actually bringing water as cover while they're actually causing the fire with flamethrowers. Not that big. Yeah, I zoomed in over here too. So yeah, this is the same thing. So 4718, Anonymous is posting this photo. Is this from the same guy? No, different guy. But in the back of his truck, he's got a lot of water, but he's got some gas cans as well. All right. And so what is he saying over here? Heading back out, Clack and Escada to set some fires. Whoop, whoop. You have your boy open his messages. Gas cans, nice. All right, so, basically admitting, what they're doing here. Oh, what was there something down here? Okay, it looks like the Banks dude has a truck filled with set fire, so it is the same guy. There was a Twitter thread here. It's our tweet, rather. Let's take a look. $180 comments. Well, it looks like this dude has his truck loaded up to set fire. So we know that's what's going on there. Let's move on here. Okay, 4719. Be water, spread fire. They're using the cover of sharing water, bringing water to first responders to cover them to move around spreading fires. Sick bastards. All right, and I have another Twitter thread here. All right, this is number 4720. Oh, I was on this guy's Twitter thread earlier today, Bodie Crane. Due to states Russia and China, so yeah, we covered that. So that's how I got there. I didn't know it was in the Q threads. All right, and I said the word. There we did. I didn't say 17 NES. All right, so 4721. There's a YouTube link. Let's see what that one is about. Slow to load. And this is a coronavirus whistleblower speaks out about a possibility of a COVID origin on Tucker.
Doctor, thanks so much for coming on.
Hi, Tucker. Hi, Tucker. Thank you.
Thank you. I know that you've published some of your research. You're planning on publishing more soon. Give us, for a non-scientific audience, a summary of why you believe this virus came from a lab in Wuhan, please.
Okay, briefly, from my first report, I can present the solid scientific evidence to our audience that this virus, COVID-19 SARS-CoV-2 virus, actually is not from nature. It is a man-made virus created in the lab based on...
Okay, well, we got it. We've covered this. We're already there. So let's move on. 4722. Add it all up. Virus, riots, organized Antifa, fires, why? Well, here's another YouTube. Makes no sense. They're not going to concede the election night. Makes no sense. Make no mistake. They're not going to concede on election night. Make no mistake. They will contest this legally in battleground states. Make no mistake. They will project doubt in the election results. Make no mistake. They will organize massive riots and attempt anarchy through 99 design playbook known. So yeah, they have the playbook. It's actually called the playbook for the color revolutions, and it's the same guy that's running this program is the same guy that ran it in the Ukraine. So we know who's the mastermind of it. So 4723. Here we go. This is a Wall Street Journal. A.G. Barr tells prosecutors to consider changing violent protesters with sedition. So the charging the violent protesters with sedition. Well, it's about time. So we can see this is, or I guess it's the right timing. Everything seems to be timed for this. This isn't about any four-year election. It's this particular four-year election is what changes everything. Sedition, conduct of speech inciting people to rebel against authority of a state or monarch. The U.S. government is given its authority by we the people consent. If anyone is being seditious, it's the U.S. government openly rebelling against the will of the... Well, good point there. But I think in the context of what we're talking about, we're really looking at the government changing its direction. what else is down here? So the media is complicit. Fact checkers created to reinforce the same narrative propaganda they themselves created. Social media censored, terminated silence, and anti-narrative accounts. Echo. System of control. Mission to keep public controlled and in the dark. Information warfare. All right, this next one. 4724. Why did it take an outsider to finally deliver the start of peace in the Middle East? Why did it take an outsider to finally deliver the start of peace in the Middle East? Well, it's double, repeated twice. News coverage. Front pages. Yeah, so where's the news coverage? Where's the front pages? Missile strikes attempt to terminate. So who are they trying to attempt to terminate? Wonder what? Well, who? So peace doesn't sell. War, fear does. Evil and corruption at the highest levels. So again, this is really worth having a discussion about, because having Trump basically have these other countries line up and sign a triple peace agreement with 3 different countries just after 2 other, a month ago. And now 5 other countries are lining up, probably Saudi Arabia, to normalize relations with Israel. They changed how they did things, right? They came in, they said, well, how do we make a deal? How do we get everyone wants peace. That's a no-brainer. So what's stopping it? Well, they had set up the Palestinian conflict as a never winnable solution. So what do you do when you come up against an immovable mountain? You leave it alone and you go somewhere else to get around where you need to go. And that's what happened. So an outsider had to make that happen. All right, back we go. Continuing on here. 4725. Correction will be needed. All serves and re potus Hobbes will be concluded that there was insufficient predication to establish probable cause. So correction will be needed. All surveillance re potus. I don't know if that's surveillance. All something serve re potus Hobbes will be concluded that there was insufficient predication to establish probable cause. Oh, it is surveillance. So how can they actually spy on Trump? They weren't able to go ahead and do the hops. That means when you're doing surveillance under these FISA warrants, a hop meant you could then spy on anyone that your target was speaking to, and then anyone they were speaking to. So it was this web of hops that went out, and they go out. I think it went out 2 hops to 2 people, so that could cover thousands of people. If you want 3 hops, it gets to tens of thousands of people and get swooped up into the conversation. Okay, next is 2 here. Twitter for Department of Defense, and at 1:35 it wants us to look at something, I guess. Let's see, it must be a video there. Department of Defense, there's a video.
Association for hosting an important event that brings together the world's finest aerospace leaders and professionals.
Hello.
First and foremost, I'd like to wish
1:30. Go from there.
fires, anti-access aerial denial systems, and other asymmetric capabilities designed to counter our strengths. Meanwhile, in space, Moscow and Beijing have turned a once peaceful arena into a warfighting domain. They have weaponized space through killer satellites, directed energy weapons, and more in an effort to exploit our...
So we covered this earlier, so that's what where this video comes into play. And military sat applications. Let's see what this one is all about. Air Force harnessing the power of direct energy. The U.S. Air Force has an unprecedented power to direct energy in a way that serves, protects, and champions freedom, from powerful electromagnetics to electro-optics. They're always exploring new ways to give out warfighters in the upper hand. It's a 1 and 49-second video. No, I don't want to go to your, I don't want your newsletter. Go away. That was airborne. Harnessing the power of electromagnetic spectrum to enable direct energy also enables experimentation, prototyping, and exploration of materials and non-material solutions, and aligning the Air Force capabilities and strategies. Okay, so we get the idea. They're going to show us a bunch of stuff here. All right, let's move on. We've got the capability. So now, where are we going here? So we're looking back at these guys again. So 4727, Victoria's Secret reportedly continued to work within the modeling agency after it was accused of supplying underage girls to Jeffrey Epstein. 4728. Okay, we've got, I think that is that Prince Andrew with, what's her name, Handler, Chelsea Handler. And then we've got this picture. I do not know who is that. Is it the same guy or someone else? Yeah, same guy. Do not know. All right, let's move on. And of course, we're getting to the end here. So 4729, and of course, here's this massaging picture for she's massaging Clinton. That's Epstein's personal masseuse. Looks like they're in an airport. You know, she's giving a massage. And then, of course, now here's where we started with the clock. And this is where we end, and this is where we began, 4730. So this is the Mickey Mouse clock pointing at what time? 10:10. And that's how we got started in this roundabout, getting back to the connection to the alien invasion. Is there going to be an alien invasion? Don't know. I don't think there's a real alien invasion. Is it that they would pull this out in some way to basically contest the election, or basically to stop it? Or is it that Trump has co-opted the alien invasion, because it is a military operation and he's controlled the military, and they've been doing cleanup, and maybe Trump is going to turn it around and be the hero and defeat the aliens, or as our 17 NES posts were showing, right back into the pedophiles. So are we going to see both of these things happening simultaneously? Yes. I have no doubt that they're not going to drop the pedo stuff. It's going to keep rolling on out. But will they come up with an alien invasion as a way to confuse things? Are they trying to, because they got no choice? What else are they going to do? Part of this vaccination stuff was also about mind control, right? Now, I must say also that Trump when he's talking about the vaccines, he does talk about the companies. Every time he talks about the vaccines, he's talking about the great companies that he's dealing with. They're really great companies, and we're making sure that it's a good vaccine. that won't be forced on anyone, but possibly, and he has said this in this, and I was trying to pull it up, but it was live streaming and I couldn't. It was really delayed every time I tried to jump around on it, so I didn't pull it up. But they're really talking about using the military to deploy the vaccines, and that it would be used first for the elderly, to safeguard the elderly. So I think that we're going to see that. I think the military will roll out. Will we see, lights in the sky and ships and things exploding? I don't know. But I would say it's possible that this may be one of the plays. The 1010, the Disney, I think, that guy took a good stretch on his Twitter thread there to bring in the alien invasion. I thought that was worth bringing up. I've got one more thing I want to show you. This is, actually there's two things I want to show you before we go too far down the line here. This is another YouTube. Now, this has nothing to do with what we were talking about, but I figured it's something we should that is coming. Maybe in the next few days, I'm going to do an interview with an old friend of mine, Daniel Kaufman, and this is going to really show you more about what it's all about. Sure, of course, if it plays, it's only a minute and a half. It's his video about his artwork.
Kind of singing. Ready for a bris. There it is. Lots of good accidents happen at this stage. I'm not worried about ruining anything. See? That was an accident. Talk to me, Gray. What does Gray love? Gray loves blue. Yellow. Yellow. I'm texturizing it. I gotta get out of this air for 5 minutes. This is the pentimento. Beauty comes from depth, color, light, purity, simplicity, and truth. It takes letting go of your ego, knowing that all your ideas suck. That's how it's stated in the Torah. Here we go. Spray, bomb, drop. Rule number 1.
So those are
Don't
crayons
burn yourself.
that he's melting with a heat gun. And the heat gun is melting the crayons.
Don't be afraid of gravity. Making love to it. It's hot under that heat gun. 20 seconds to harden. But, sell it.
There we go. So I know he sent that to me, so I thought it would be good to do an interview with him, and we'll arrange that. It could be tomorrow. It could be like his hard to pin him down on a schedule, but we'll play it by ear. And it may be coming up. So I just want to give you that highlight, and we'll see him doing some of his artwork and talk about his artwork. I did a lot of the same artwork. I worked with him. I never went in it as other than trying to help him with his art career and that. And he is known by art critics worldwide, and especially in LA. Peter Frank is one of the top art critics and has said that Daniel Kaufman is one of the foremost upcoming rising artists in Los Angeles. Anyway, it'll be a very interesting interview, and how I worked with him with Crayola crayons, and because we did a lot to bring a lot of crayons. Need a lot of white crayons. to do this. Anyway, that being said, I guess there was one more thing I wanted to show you. It's in my Telegram. It is a video of about wearing no masks day, and the gentleman is very excited about the prospect of being told and forced to wear a mask or escorted from places, since a judge in Pennsylvania has ruled that these lockdown things are unconstitutional. He's saying it's giving us grounds to sue them financially and really go after them. So that let me line that one up. Get that video going. Oh, I got it. I got it here. 1 second. Hello. Hello. All right. Let me go here and bring it in this way. That would be the better way to do this. All right.
Hello, everybody. Hey, so I was pondering on this all day. There's some major news that just happened. This is epic, and I just remembered tomorrow is National No Mask Day, and what a fitting day for that to happen, for this one event to happen. That today a federal judge said that Pennsylvania's lockdowns and all their mandates is unconstitutional. Literally, it's unconstitutional and it's illegal. Now, this is a federal court judge that said this, and so that's really, really huge, because that opens a lot of doors for people to file lawsuits against their certain states that have all these lockdowns. And I'm very grateful to be part of For Our Rights, and we filed our lawsuit against the state of Hawaii on September 1st. And this ruling right now is just going to give us a huge edge, because now it's a federal case. So all states are under this, right? And another significant thing for this is tomorrow is No Mask Day. So people, we've been fighting for this. I've been fighting from this for day one. From day one, I knew that this was illegal. I knew it was unconstitutional. I kept saying it from the beginning. I had a lot of slap in the beginning. So much people were talking smack, talking crap. Oh, wear your mask. Just wear a mask. It's just a mask, right? People talking crap because they were ignorant, because they don't know. But I choose to educate myself. I said this: knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. When you know facts, you have power. It's been a long ride, but in the end, God wins. The Constitution of the United States of America was created on men that the Lord groomed. All right? People gave their blood for our rights so we could be free men. There's no way in hell somebody can come around and start dictating our life and tell us how to live our lives and make us do things that, one, will kill us. Two, it just messes up the brain of our kids, our children, and our future generation. It was for money. It was for greed. This entire pandemic was fake, and it was planned. Again, I will reiterate, the virus is not fake. It is a real virus, but it's just a simple flu. There is so many things and so many ways out there that you can get cured from it. You will not die. The ones who have died was not by COVID by itself. It was due because they had other health complications. They had other health complications. All right. Get that in your head, okay? Those masks that you wear do not protect you. It has nothing to do with your health, period. And these money-hungry people pushed us around for a long time, and this ruling today just gave us the opportunity to be free. I'll tell you what. So tomorrow is no mask day. Take off your mask. No wearing your mask. You have an edge now, okay? Because if they try and force you to put it on, one, serve them a notice of liability. Two, take the Department of Justice form to file a complaint. I can share that with you if you want. Just send me your email. I'll give you all the information you need. I said this in another video, and I shared this information to a lot of people. I emailed them. There is a form. This is the time. Take off the mask. Go work without your mask. Let them force you. Videotape them telling you gotta put the mask on or you're gonna lose your job. You gotta put the mask on or you cannot enter the store. Put them on video, then serve them notice, and then you file a complaint with the Department of Justice and you're gonna win. They will make you a rich man. Because of this federal ruling, they will start changing their policies. I assure you, very soon you will see them start changing their policies and they'll make it a choice. It's no longer going to be mandatory. And pretty soon, nobody's going to be wearing one face mask again, which is normal. And all those people that was wearing them, willingly and obediently, going to look foolish. And us woke ones going to say, we told you, I told you, I told you from day one. This is illegal. It is unconstitutional. Stand up for your rights. We've been saying this from day one. And here it is. People, you want this to end, fight.
All right. So that was worth listening to him because he's got some passion there, and he's right. You know, we can now take the offensive, you know, and the judgments will start going our way. This is the battle. We're in it, right? Whether there's space invaders coming or not, you know, we do have to fight, and we have to come together to do so. And this is a peaceful way of protesting by lawsuits and also profitable. So videotape them telling you no. Videotape them forcing you to wear a mask. Videotape them firing you for not wearing a mask. You know, these kind of things will really change. They'll drop it very quickly. As soon as the lawsuits start piling up, they change right away. But get your foot in the door. Get the money situation rolling, and that will this is what forces them, right? All right, they're doing it because they're being paid to do it. Look at all the hospitals that are paid for COVID deaths. That's why they have COVID deaths, right? They're paid for it. I mean, it's ridiculous to pay people for how many COVID deaths they have because it forces them to create COVID deaths. So that being said, you know, we're in this. We got to keep rolling. I want to also mention, listen, LifeForce app. Be sure to get onto the LifeForce app. Join one of the local assemblies. Join and be responsible. Get into the state assemblies, but be responsible for setting up a county assembly. It's going to be very important. So if you're in California, great. Get into one of the county assemblies underneath. Be in both. Coordinate. That it's the counties are really where we have to push because, in essence, every county is its own little country. It is true. A little bit of a stretch, but it is very true. Cities, not so much, but the counties, yeah. When you look at the how things are structured, it's the counties that need to be taken over. A lot of people, county supervisors, all that, people don't think about who's running the county. The county people, they keep their head down, they keep out of the way, they just collect their paycheck and don't really do too much. but get into the county assemblies, and then get into the county governments. We have to basically remove those people that are trying to force you to wear masks, force you to keep your job closed, to not make money, to not go to work, to keep you home, to lose your business. These people have to go. They're stupid. Even if they want to claim that it's the World Health Organization. Didn't they do any research? They just said, yes, we'll follow in line. No. You got to do research. You got to look and say, well, there's a lot of controversy about this. I don't think that we need to really do this. And look, we got to protect the people in the convalescent homes, but locking down the entire, county, why? Protect the people in the nursing homes. Make some programs to help the elderly get groceries. So they don't have to go into the grocery store. Work with the local grocery stores. Say, hey, you got some elderly people in here. Let's get them what they normally get on and bring it to their doors. But that requires thinking, right? And the people that are in government don't think. They just create bureaucracy to justify their existence. So let's take some steps to go that direction. All right, hour and a half in. Well, maybe that covers for a little bit of what happened yesterday. One other thing about a lot of people make comments that the audio on my phone was much clearer, right? They preferred that. The problem with that is it's the same thing as if I was to do this. I hold up my laptop to my face, and then my microphone is 2 inches from my mouth. All right. Yes, it will be better, clear. Until I can fix my desktop, I can't fix the audio any better than getting closer, and then I can't read the screen very well. So I do my best. My face fills the screen because I get in this close, and that makes it a bit better. But so no need to give me the audio suggestions and things like that. But okay for letting me know that it was better on my cell. But I'm not going to conduct this by cell. Well, it doesn't work out too well. It's also very hard on my arms, holding it up. Hold it up for that much time. All right, let me see if there's any questions before we close down here. See what's going on. We've got 27 people watching right now, 167 playbacks, and we had Joe joined us. Hello, and he says it was 100% correct. I think he was talking to me. And, I thank you for that. I don't know what I was correct about, but great. And then, let's see, October surprises coming, Louis. Yes, I believe so. The Trump card will be played. Is it the space invasion? Playing the Trump card on the space invasion. It flips the alien invasion to Trump being the winner. That would be ultimate. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm pretty sure Dan and I know folks in the Big Sur area. I do know some. I really like the Big Sur area. I really considered moving there. There's some old school hippies up in those hills, growing some very amazing marijuana. One of the best strains that I ever knew, and it's been quite a while, really a long time. I've been out of the country for 5 years, so. But it was called God's Gift. Came from Big Sur. Amazing sativa, very pure sativa. So that would have been nice to be up in that area. Okay. Warner von Braun spoke of the alien invasion hoax. Yes. Yeah, this is not a new idea. Right? The Germans were all into space, right? They're building anti-gravity devices. There's theorized that they have a base on the moon shaped like a swastika. There's actually one movie out there that actually imitates this whole thing. So I wouldn't be surprised at all. So, okay, well, I guess that's good for today. Thank you so much for joining. Again, PayPal donation link is down below. Should be functioning fine. And I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have an interview with Daniel Kaufman. Monday, interview back with WITS Ministries and talking about some of the spacecraft that they were developing and had developed for the U.S. government over the years. One of the things that was kind of interesting is that they never they would always get screwed over on the payments by the government. It's interesting. I was talking with them about that. So it'll probably be on Monday, and we'll go from there. So again, thank you so much for joining. Everything you've been doing to build the channel. Share this video. Oh, I'm supposed to sit here and wait. Okay, go ahead, share it. I'll just stay here waiting for you guys to share the link. Give some thumbs up. Give positive comments. And share alike. Ask and go. When you share it and you put it on your Facebook, go in the comment just below it and make your own comment. Say, please share this. That way is when people see it, they'll look at the comments and say, oh, it says please share that. It gives them a reminder. Share it. See how fast we can jump up. Interesting that everything is moving again. Don't know why. Okay, anything else? There's some things about the transfer of money and all that kind of stuff happening within, less than, 10 minutes. That's apparently is happening. There's a new SWIFT system out there, but it's not SWIFT, but they're claiming it's a new kind of SWIFT. It's instant basically payments online. Is that Kim's system with the VTN? I'm crossing my fingers. I hope that's no symbolism. If it is, I apologize. All the craziness of all this symbolism stuff. Again, all these symbols always can be used for good and bad, for the most part. All right. Until tomorrow. Thanks again, everybody. Have a wonderful day.